Hello, my name is Onno and I've already made some videos about the Pi cryptocurrency. I did those videos in Dutch as that is my native language, but recently people have asked me for my videos in English. So here it is, my first English video. This is the first one in a series of short videos I plan to make. In this first episode, I will explain what the Pi network is, how it works, and why I believe that Pi has the potential to change the world for the better. Pi is completely different from other cryptocurrencies you may have heard about. While other cryptos require expensive computational work and thus have an enormous negative effect on the environment, Pi works from a single app on your mobile phone. You heard me correctly. All you need for the Pi currency is a simple app on your mobile device. But before we dive into that, first a little background info. When you mention the word cryptocurrency, the first thing that comes to mind is Bitcoin. Second thing people think about when discussing Bitcoin is extreme worth, the enormous amount of power involved in mining coins, large data centers filled with computers that are working around the clock, and criminality. And that's all true. The amount of work involved in acquiring one single Bitcoin is so enormous that it would require your desktop PC to be switched on for years. By the time you have mined your first Bitcoin, your electric bill alone would be higher than the value of the coin. Of course, you can also join a so-called mining pool, where you can share the workload with hundreds or thousands of others. But that would produce results earlier, but you still have to ask yourself the question if it's worth the investment. Criminality is also an issue. Cybercriminals prefer to be paid in Bitcoin, and that makes perfect sense. There are no governments overseeing Bitcoin, and they don't have to pay taxes on their income. Pi is different. Pi is not created to accumulate wealth. The Pi network is developed to make cryptocurrencies available to everyone in the world. The Pi network doesn't require massive computers to acquire coins. All you need to get Pi is a simple app on your phone where you push a button every 24 hours. Somewhere on the internet there's a computer that distributes Pi evenly among people that are signed into the network. It costs no computational power on your phone and it hardly uses any bandwidth. The app doesn't even have to be open on your phone to earn Pi. All you need to do is push the button every 24 hours and you're in business. Pi is developed by some people at Stanford University. The main goal of the project is to create an environmentally friendly global marketplace with its own currency that lies within the reach of everyone in the world. So how does it work? At this time, the main goal is to create a network of pioneers. This network will be used to validate all the transactions in the network. That is why you have to be invited by someone to participate. My personal invitation code is here, but I will also publish it in the comments below this video. Because I was invited by someone who knows me, and I am inviting people that I know, who in turn invite people they know, etc., etc., it's only a matter of time before there is a global network of people that know each other. In this network you can form a circle of trust, and you should only invite people in your circle of trust that really know you and who can vouch for you that they know you. All these circles of trust together form a web of trust in which all the transactions in the Pi network are validated. Well, of course, there's no such thing as free money. At this moment, they are still building the network. Pi has no value at this time. Once the network reaches 25 million pioneers, the blockchain technology will be launched that gives Pi its initial value and will be used to record all the transactions. That is expected at the end of this year. At first the value won't be much, but as the network expands and more goods and services are offered, the value will increase. Imagine a global marketplace with hundreds of millions of people that are all using the same currency. The Pi they are giving away today for free are just a drop in the ocean of the true potential of the network. And this is your chance to step in. This is your chance to become part of a movement that can truly change the way we look at money. The Pi they are giving away for free are just an incentive to get people involved. Once Pi has a stable value and the global marketplaces are a fact, the mining will stop. And by then you will only be able to buy Pi from the crypto exchanges. Or, of course, by offering goods and or services to the network. Well, let's talk some numbers. You download the app from the Play Store or the App Store. You sign in with your Facebook ID or your Apple ID and you're asked for an invitation code like mine above. You start off with 1 Pi, call it your sign-up bonus. Then you can start mining Pi at 0.1 Pi per hour. This amounts to 2.4 Pi per day. You will also get a 0.02 Pi bonus for the person whose code you used. So effectively you will start at 0.12 Pi per hour. When you start inviting people, you receive an hourly bonus of 0.02 Pi per active participant. In this example, I invited 5 people. After completing 3 complete mine cycles, you can start your own security circle. Ideally, you would add 5 people to your security circle, and this will give you a bonus of a maximum 0.1 Pi per hour. Then, if you invite more people, you will receive a bonus of 0.05 Pi per active participant. This sounds a lot like a pyramid scheme, but it is not. You will only get a bonus for the people you invite. You gain no earnings from the people they invite. For instance, the person that invited me only invited 2 other people, so he is accumulating 0.16 Pi per hour. I invited 12 people, of which 8 are active miners, so I am currently accumulating 0.59 Pi per hour. The beauty of this concept is that everyone can have only one account, and this account sits in your mobile phone. It is not possible that clever businessmen line up a large number of computers to start mining Pi. They too can only have one account on their mobile devices. To sum everything up, the Pi network aims to become a global currency. Everyone can only have one account on their mobile phone, and it is hoped that by the end of 2021, the network has grown to 25 million users. That is when the blockchain technology is launched that gives Pi its value and that's needed to record all the transactions. At first the value won't be much, but as the network grows, it may also become interesting for your neighborhood supermarket or your favorite restaurant. Who knows, maybe in a few years you can pay your groceries in Pi. Now don't take my word for it. Think it through for yourself. By now the network has over 19 million users, and once it reaches 25 million users, the network will move to the next phase. One thing is for sure, it's still completely free. All you need to do is download the app and hit the button every 24 hours. If you join the network now, you're one of the early adopters that gets a free start. But one more thing, if you use my invitation code, in the chat function in the app, there's also a chat box called Good People 666's Earning Team. Be sure to check in there, then I'll be able to help you if you need it. Well, that's all for now. In the next video, I'll explain the 2 vital things that you need to do in the first 2 weeks of becoming a pioneer. That will ensure that your wallet is secure even if you happen to lose your phone. Now, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to my channel to make sure that you won't miss the next episode. Good luck!